Hey everybody, welcome back to DJ's Halloween Marathon. Today we're going to be talking about another Halloween game. Well, it's more of a jump scare kind of game. And it is Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, formerly known as Spooky's House of Jump Scares. I looked up the game. Basically, you're going through this whole mansion trying to get through a bunch of rooms. I looked up how the gameplay is, and basically, you're walking through rooms, like room after room after room after room, basically surviving. Now, according to Wiki, because I've not played the game, I've not seen it, um, there are certain areas of the game where you can actually die. And it's all made by this ghost called Spooky. Spooky is this little girl ghost who put this mansion together. And like I said, you're walking through, you're trying to get to the end of the entire mansion. With each room getting more spookier and spookier. Um, from what I've seen, the first one I actually saw, and apparently you're supposed to have headphones on when you play this game because there is a bunch of sound jump scares in this game. But um, by the way, I'm going to link to Markiplier's Let's Play of this game. It's pretty awesome, and then I'm also going to link to the musical of Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, which is done obviously by Random Encounters. So let's talk about the Random Encounters musical. So it's basically this. It's just basically the game in musical form. It's toned down a little bit more. Um, it's silly, you know. I mean, there's a bunch of other things that goes on, and when the musical starts, the gal goes in, and she tells her that is in the. I mean, Spooky tells her that she is in a house of jump scares, and again, the reason why it's called the Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion is because of the jump scares. But in the musical, though, the jump scares are more kid friendly. It's more like little girly kind of jump scares. And uh, at one point, one of her monsters that's supposed to be waiting behind the door has to use the bathroom, and she says, "From now on, bathroom based on not by request," or something like that. And at the end, one of her monsters, I guess he's supposed to be Death. I get kind of like Death, and he's got a scythe. And she says, and when the gal that I think is um the gal that I Figueroa, I think that's who this one is. She comes to the door and opens. See, he falls on the scythe, and she goes, and she goes, "Oh, come on!" And then she said, he tripped, I swear, and fall on his old curvy knifey thing, and she apparently has in the musical a bunch of fanfics of um Undertale that she keeps leaving around. And she goes, and And at one point, he goes, I keep finding these weird Undertale fanfics. I didn't mean to read those. So anyway, that is the end of today's video. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about Friday the 13th, the video game. Because I actually have seen people play it. I've seen Angry Video Game Nerd play it. I've seen Random Encounters play it. And we'll also talk about the musical as well. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget, October 31st, I'll be doing another fanfic from the same site that I made on, entitled Surprises Halloween Scare.